Just a matter of remembering. I hate to keep asking, but it might be easier for you to, if you don't mind, grabbing the lineup from when he's ready.
I'll go
just
around that way.
I got tangled in. I mean, he can just give it through the fence. John, where are you going? I need you to stay like close to here so that by the time you get back here, they'll start. You know what I mean?
Well,
did you get it?
No, they're gonna slip them through
Over here.
after.
Yeah, like that's what I meant, because you went all the way over there, and I'm like, by the time you get back here. Ooh. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Narberth Playground for Thursday Night Baseball here in the Delco League. Aston Valley visiting Narberth. Alongside my partner, John Sager, I'm Joe Greenwich. John, Narberth came out of the blocks roaring in this abbreviated 16-game season, but in a shortened season, they've hit what is the equivalent of a late-season swoon, having lost their last two games to Upper Darby, and then last night, the first half of this home-and-home with Aston Valley. We've seen Narberth already. Last week at Wayne was down 3-0, battled back to draw level in the game. What do you think the Mudcats have to do to to end the skid as they've now slipped into second place behind Wayne in the standings?
Tough to say. I know. Tough to say. I know when we saw them last week, it was a long, very exhaustive tie game. I don't know if that's caused them to, burn out if they needed to sort of get up a wall, get back into their normal selves.
Sorry about that, folks. We have a little bit of a technical. We're trying to make sure we get all of our equipment here. We are currently in our socially distant location up at the top of the bleachers here at Narberth Playground. So bear with us if we have any sort of issues. We're going to try to get through this one. Thanks for joining us here on DelcoLeague.com. We will go through the lineup real quick for Aston Valley. Leadoff man will be Dylan Everly. Jared Carney bats second. Isaiah Payton bats third. Matt Domian will hit cleanup. Hakeem Salam hitting fifth. Aiden Duda is the six-hole hitter. Batting seventh, Sean Haught. Cody Clausius will hit eighth, and batting ninth is CJ Deary. On the mound for Narberth, we saw him last Thursday night, is right-hander Joe Nestle. Looks like we are about to get underway. Shortly after 6 o'clock p.m. here in Narberth. Nestle settles in the stretch. Dylan Everly steps in, the leadoff man. First pitch, takes that one for strike one, and we're underway. As you can hear the cars headed by in the background here at the intersection of Wynwood and Haverford. Might hear a train later on. We apologize for that, but that's something we can do absolutely nothing about as Everly takes strike two.
It's a very busy intersection behind us. A little hazardous for those driving. Get the occasional foul ball near a car.
2 to Everly is upstairs, 1 and 2. One-two pitch hit sharply towards second, but in the air, it's Kevin McGowan over there at second base who will make the catch. And Everly is retired for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jared Carney. First pitch to him is in for a called strike. That one is hit out towards left field. That's going to drop in for a hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Carney around first. He will pull into second with a stand-up double. And the Knights have a man in scoring position with one out here in the first, picking up where they left off last night.
That's 2 hard hit balls right out of the gate. One right at the second baseman. This one shot to left field.
So that'll bring up Isaiah Payton. Nestle's first pitch to him. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Matt Domian waits on deck. The 0-1 is taken low. Thanks again for tuning in. We will be here for the duration tonight. A little bit of a cloudy evening, kind of muggy, not as hot as we've experienced in recent days. Called strike 1 and 2 now, the count to Isaiah Payton. It has certainly been quite a hot month of July here in the Philadelphia area. Just piled on top of everything else that's happened this year. What else do you expect?
Narberth starting this game under a little bit more favorable conditions than they did last week, which they had the rain right before that game.
Better conditions for us as well. Nestles 1-2. Peyton tries to hold up. He went around. Carney swipes third base, but now there's 2 away.
That's true. Rain and electronics don't always mix well together.
It's kind of strange how after it rains and it's hot out, it somehow feels even worse because of the humidity.
Every once in a while, it cools things down just enough to justify the 9 out of 10, the other 9 out of 10 times.
First pitch to Matt Domian. He can't hold up. 0-1 the count. Hakeem Salam, the on-deck hitter. Nestle works from the stretch. He eyes the runner at third. He comes home. Domian swings and misses. So Nestle quickly ahead in the count. Nestle has his sign. The pitch swung on and missed. And that will retire the side. 2 strikeouts for Joe Nestle. He works around the 1-out walk. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Knights leave 1. We're through a half inning. It's Aston Valley 0. Narberth coming to bat. This is Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Back here live at Narberth Playground. First pitch to Tommy Toll in for a called strike. Aston Valley, no score in the first inning. Right-hander Danny Sullivan on the mound for the Knights. 0-1 swung on that is lofted into shallow center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So Tommy Toll leads off the game with a single for Narberth. So I'll bring up the second baseman, Kevin McGowan. Throw over to first. Toll back safely. First pitch to McGowan, a called strike, 0-1. He will be followed by Joey Ravert. Then it's Ben Newbert bats 4th, Jim Quinn 5th, Ryan Guckin will hit 6th, Brian Megger batting 7th. Batting 8th, Pat Toll, and batting 9th, Steve DeBarberi. Swung on a miss, 0-2. 0-2 to count to McGowan. Sullivan from the stretch. Pop foul back out of play right into that intersection. Just over it into the parking lot for Thomas Wynn Apartments.
I think anyone parking in that first sectional lot there might be under foul ball hazards.
I believe they call it accepted risk, something like that. 0-2, McGowan takes in the dirt. Runner goes. Throw down to second. In time, they get the runner stealing.
Oh, great throw.
An absolute bullet from Aiden Duda, the Aston Valley catcher. So now 1 out, 1-2 the count to McGowan. Did you hear the cleats as someone goes to fetch the foul ball? 1-2, hit in the air towards shallow left towards the line. Left fielder comes in, dives, makes the catch. That is a great play by Dylan Everly out there and left.
That's two dynamite defensive plays back to back there for Aston Valley. It's like he got a solid read on it right from the jump.
Very underappreciated part of the game. Talk about pitching, we talk about hitting, but you got to catch the baseball. Joey Raver up, he hits that one off the glove of Sullivan. Tries to pick it up in time. He can't quite get Raver. An infield single for the 3-hole hitter for Narberth. So now it's 2 outs, 1 aboard for Ben Newbert. First pitch, Newbert takes for ball 1. Catcher Jim Quinn waits on deck.
Be interesting to see if that early caught stealing has any effect on the Narberth running game if they get a little gun shy.
At 1 low, 2-0 now the count to Newbert. Called strike now to Newbert. So 2-1 the count. Sullivan has a side, comes home with it, swung on and missed. 2-2 now the count. 2 down, man on first. No score in the bottom half of the first inning. Aston Valley at Narberth. Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the screen. Now we were out at Devon Prep on Thursday night last week, and we were at Marble Newtown on Saturday. There is more foul ground here in Narberth behind home plate than there is the other two combined. See if that ends up being a factor at some point. A pitch gets away, you can take an extra base. A foul pop-up becomes playable as Newbert takes ball 3, so a full count to the cleanup hitter for the Mudcats. Sullivan's pitch swung on and popped up towards right field. That will be caught. A little bit of an adventure out there, but it'll be caught for out number 3 for the Mudcats in the first. No runs, 2 hits. No errors, they leave 1. We're through 1 inning complete here at Narberth Playground. Aston Valley 0, Narberth 0. This is Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top of the second inning, Hakeem Salam, Aiden Duda, and Sean Haught due up for Aston Valley. No score here in the top half of the second inning. First pitch to Salam, in for a called strike.
One theme so far in these broadcasts has definitely been our ability to even the scores. This is our fourth game so far. We've seen 3 ties at the end of regulation.
Pitches in for a called strike, 0-2.
Our game on Saturday, of course, went to extra innings.
Chop foul down the third base line. John, you're going to make us sound like a mush. No one's going to invite us out. Pitch to Salam, bounces front of home plate. And that's what we're talking about with that space behind home plate. If there had been a runner on base, that's definitely one base. Depending on the runner, could be 2.
And that's something that runners can have in the back of their head. They know they don't have to look out for a bounce or anything. As soon as they see the ball get past the catcher, they could just go off and run.
Ball and 2 strikes, the count to Salam. Oh, swung on, he got a piece of it. He'll stay alive. Pitch on its way, fouled off again. Joe Nestle back out for his second inning of work. No score between Narberth and Aston Valley. Swung on and missed. Salam goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. First pitch to catcher Aiden Duda, in for a called strike. 0-1. He'll be followed by Sean Haught. One chopped foul off of the catcher. Oh, 2 pitch. Oh, and that one hits Duda right in the middle of the back, right between the numbers. So he is aboard with 1 out here in the second. First pitch to Hout. Misses for a ball.
Looks like the run around first is jumping out a little bit.
Looking a little runnerish as Hout takes strike 1, 1-1 the count. Cody Clausius waits on deck.
And we have a switch out at first base, courtesy runner in.
That's correct. Aiden Duda stepping out. See if we can figure out who that is. One shot towards third, fielded by Pat Toll over to second for 1. To first, In time, an inning-ending double play. So it's not just Aston Valley flashing the leather here tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We'll go to the home half of the second inning. Aston Valley 0, Narberth 0. This is Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Catcher Jim Quinn leads off the bottom half of the second inning for Narberth. No score here in the early going. Some slick defense by both teams helping contribute to that as Quinn chops that one over to third. It goes off the glove of Matt Domian, picked up by Jared Carney. He's not able to get the runner at first.
It was a great effort by the shortstop to come and make the quick adjustment. Almost got the runner.
It's like we'll probably see that one go into the scorebook as an error. We'll see what the official scorer decides. John, if you were scoring the game, what would you call that one? He shrugged his shoulders, and you can't hear that over the air as Ryan Guckin takes ball one.
Tough calls. I think I'd have to give that an error just because it got past him. If he had been able to smother it, maybe adjust on the fly.
Guckin rips one like I'm playing golf. He absolutely shanks that one into foul territory. Hits the tree so hard it came back over to the playground.
It's part of the unique setup here.
In the last 5 years of coming over here, I don't think I've seen that. So we'll save that baseball. Guckin takes outside 2-1. With all of those woods over there, and you see this like I mentioned on the golf course a lot, it's incredible how on the golf course you have such bad aim, yet you can hit precisely in the middle of the tree trunk, get it to come back. It almost looked like that ball was aimed at the tree as he now rips one through the left side, keeps that one straight, and the Mudcats have their first two aboard here in the second. So Jim Quinn over to second. He will get a courtesy runner, as is customary for the catcher on the base paths. So bring up Brian Megger, playing first base tonight. A home run and a win over the weekend.
That last foul ball plays into a general rule of thumb whenever you come out to these games. Wherever you think is safe when you park your car, park about 500 feet further away, and you probably have a bit better of a chance.
Gets a piece of Megger. Now they're appealing to see if he swung. We've got some consternation now. Danny Sullivan not happy. Now, are we going to bring Megger back? Are we going to say, no, it didn't hit him? Or that he went? Well, no hit batter here. I'm assuming then it will be strike one. Sullivan from the stretch. Mager squares the bunt, pulls the bat back. I didn't see, he must have squared on the first pitch. Tried to get out of the way and the pitch hit him. And he was adjudged to have not gotten the bat back in time. Part of the right-handed batter's box is behind a pole from where we're sitting over here. Squares again, the 1-1. The nice bunt down the third base line. Sullivan picks it up. His only throw is the first. He throws it wide. He would have had him with a good throw. Trotting home is the courtesy runner. Ball's out of play. So everyone will advance a base. Now a couple of errors give Narberth a 1-0 lead here in the second.
It was a beautiful bunt, little small ball right now to force a run in.
So a throwing error by Sullivan, but a sacrifice for Mager. That'll bring Pat Toll to the plate. With second and third, nobody out. Swings first pitch. Fouls it back into the woods. He found the spot between the elevated cage and the netting. Talk about precision. These foul balls from Narberth. Oh, 1 taken for ball. That's one of those situations where if you're Aston Valley, maybe you kind of hope he had just been given the hit by pitch. 1-1 the count. Sullivan comes home, swung on and missed. Blew that one past Toll. Strike two.
Especially given the infield here. Right around, there's a little patch of grass growing and the little pathway leading out to the mound makes it very tricky for fielders coming into bunt.
There's that train we talked about. We'll have to talk over it. Swung on and missed. We got Toll on a breaking ball. So one down here in the second. I'll bring up Matt DeBarberry. First pitch in for a called strike. Oh, 1, that one's hit over Domian's head into left field for a base hit. Guckin trots home. Mager running hard around third. The throw is wide. And he's going to head to second on the throw. They go down. They don't get him. It's a 2-run single for Matt DeBarberry. Narberth leads it now 3-0 here in the second.
That was a huge hit right there, and it's key that the runner was able to get over to second, might be able to keep the rally going.
Especially now at the top of the order, Tommy Toll steps in, bats from the left side. 1 for 1. He singled back in the first, caught stealing. After that, he takes a strike. That one is ripped out towards left, coming in on it, making the catch is Everly.
That ball was hit hard enough that the runner at second didn't even really think about veering too far off the bag.
Where's that, Tommy?
So 2 down now. Kevin McGowan steps in. 0 for 1 on the day. Tries to hold up. Goes around, nothing in 1 on a pitch in the dirt. Joey Ravert waits on deck. Pitch is outside, 1-1. fouled back over our heads.
And it looks like that went back into the apartment complex. Went off a couple. Sounded like that went through a few trees on the way down to the parking lot. Most importantly, avoiding your car.
One's outside. That is always the most important thing. Keep an eye on the first baseman when he runs off. McGowan swings, hits that one out into left center for a base hit. DeBarbery comes all the way around, and he will score 4-0. Now pinch hitter, Narberth manager Steve DeBarbery will bat for Joey Ravert. Takes a called strike. Chops that one back to the mound. Sullivan will trot over and get it over to Cody Clausius at first. Now to retire the side. Clausius will lead it off in the third for Aston Valley. But 8 batters come to the plate. 4 of them score for Narberth. It's Mudcats 4, Knights 0 through 2. You're listening to Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. New pitcher for Narberth here in the top half of the third inning. We'll try to get that for you. 4-0, the Mudcats lead. The lefty's first pitch to Cody Clausius is inside. It'll be Clausius followed by C.J. Deary. Then the top of the order, Dylan Everly. Narberth with a 4 spot in the second to take the early lead here in this one. That one's inside, 2-0. That one catches the inner half. Now count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clausius fouls off the 2-2. Chopped on the ground towards third, just past the diving Pat Toll and into left field for a base hit. So the Knights have their leadoff man aboard. On the mound for Narberth is a left-hander, Chris Haith. Pitches outside. Fouls one back into the woods. Pitch misses up and away. Swung on and missed. Correction, pitcher Chris Hoyt. Swung on and missed. So he gets Deary on strike. First pitch to Dylan Everly in for a called strike. Narberth with a 4-0 lead. One away here in the top half of the third inning. Swung on, hit out to shallow left center. Actually, it's the shortstop, Tommy Toll, who's back on it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. So Everly retired on a line out to second and then a line out to short. Shortstop Jared Carney doubled back in the first, stole third but was stranded there, and he'll step in. Carney takes ball 1. Up and in for a ball. That one misses for a ball. Should Carney get aboard as Peyton waits on deck. Called strike. Cody Clausius, leadoff single. The runner at first, 2 down. Hoyt from the stretch comes home with it. Carney takes the pitch outside, and he is aboard for the second time tonight. So Isaiah Payton steps in. He struck out back in the first. First pitch from Hoyt. In for a called strike. Kicks. Payton tries to check his swing. The pitch hits his bat, bounces away. So he's behind in the count, 0-2. With Matt Domian waiting on deck. No 2 pitch. Way upstairs. So 1-2 the count to Payton. One, two. Payton chops that one down the third baseline, but it's foul. Scooped up by the third base coach. Like many here, wearing a mask tonight. No one in the dugouts here at Narberth Playground as part of the league and facilities COVID-19 protocols. 1-2. Payton hits that one hard. Way foul down the left field line, or way down the left field line, but foul. Be a little unfair to call it way foul. Hoyt kicks the 1-2, taken upstairs. So 2-2 the count. Again, we'll apologize for the traffic sound you hear. We are right at an intersection here alongside train tracks. The 2-2 bounces off home plate. It goes up on the banner, off the banner that's on the upper half of the backstop. So the runners will move up a base on the wild pitch. So now second and third with 2 outs. Leave the count full now to Isaiah Payton. So with one swing of the bat, he could cut this deficit in half. There's the pitch, chopped towards third. Gloved by Toll, throw over to first. Held on to by Megger. And he goes tumbling. But he holds on to the ball, and that will retire the side. No runs on one hit. And they leave 2 midway through the third. It's 4-0 Narberth. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch to Ben Newbert in for a called strike. It'll be Newbert, Quinn, and Guckin, 4-5-6. Due up for Narberth here in the third. Mudcats holding on to that 4-0 lead. All 4 runs coming back in the second. Newbert was the only Narberth player not to bat. He takes a called strike. Now it's 0-2. Sullivan from the windup. Pitch swung on, hit out towards left center. It's deep. And back on as a center fielder, reaches up. C.J. Deary out there makes the catch. Not an easy play by any measure. Kind of a strange sky. It looks grayish, but also whitish all at the same time. Easy to lose a baseball up there, but nice play by Deary to make the catch. 1 away for Jim Quinn. He reached on an error, came around to score his first time up. He takes ball 1. Swings, it's that one in the air towards right center. Deary over, and instead it will be caught by Akeem Salam. So quickly 2 away here in the third. Ryan Guckin singled, scored in the second. Swings first pitch, rips that one out to right, but Salam is over and he'll make the catch. So a 1-2-3 inning in the third for Danny Sullivan. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We'll go to the fourth. It's Narberth 4, Aston Valley 0. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the fourth inning as a train went by right over the first pitch to Matt Domian, which was a strike, and now he takes one low for a ball, 1-1. It'll be Domian, Hakeem Salam, and then Aiden Duda. 4, 5, 6 due up in the fourth. He swings and misses at that one. Four nothing the score in favor of the Mudcats. Home team with 4 in the second. Other than that, nothing doing. Another new pitcher on the mound for Narberth. We're going to try to find out who that is. Now called strike. Count 2-2 to Matt Domian. 2-2 outside. Count goes full. Wind up the pitch. Popped up. Sky high on the infield. McGowan and Tommy Toll converge. It's going to be McGowan, and he will make the catch for out number 1. First pitch into Salam is in for a called strike. I believe that's Toby McCart on the mound. That one's low, 1-1. One swung on and got a piece of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cart from the wind-up pitch is hit out towards center field. Coming in on it is DeBarberi. He will make the catch for out number 2. First pitch to Aiden Duda gets a piece of him. So he is now aboard on a hit by pitch for the second time today. Both of his plate appearances have yielded hit batters and courtesy runners. Not sure, that could be Nick Wright over there at first base. So Sean Haught's the batter. Haught hit into a double play. His first time up. Swings, first pitch. Liner out to center field. It drops in front of DeBarberi. He was coming in on it, but then ultimately pulled up. To avoid letting it get by him, so Haught aboard with a single, and now first and second. With 2 down for Cody Clausius, who's 1 for 1. First pitch up and away. McCart winds. That one misses outside, so it's 2 balls and no strikes. CJ Deary waits on deck. And if Clausius gets aboard, Deary would represent the tying run. Gets that one over for a called strike, 2-1. Clausius bats from the left side. He led off the third with a single. Bats here in the fourth with an RBI opportunity. McCart's offering is in the dirt. So 3-1 now the count. From the stretch, McCart kicks. That one's high. So now the bases are full of Knights. I'll bring up C.J. Deary. 0 for 1. He struck out in the third. He's got an opportunity with a base hit to maybe cut this deficit in half here in the fourth as we reach 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. First pitch from McCart. In for a called strike. The 1-0, and that one hits Everly. So 2 hit batters in the inning. One of them, with 2 outs, was Aiden Duda. His courtesy runner, Nick Wright, is the one that scores on the second hit by pitch. And it's now 4-1. Might be the easiest RBI, but also comes with a price. Imagine the easiest RBI would be a bases loaded walk, but getting hit by a pitch does the trick. First pitch to Dylan Everly is a called strike. He's now the go-ahead run at the plate as he swings and he rips that one through the right side for a base hit. Newbert fields it. Coming in to score is Haught, hustling around trying to score as well as Clausius. The throw was up the line and some heads-up base running. We'll see Deary at third and Everly at second. So a 2-run single for Dylan Everly. Suddenly it's a 4-3 ball game here in the fourth. So I bring up Jared Carney. He could put Aston Valley on top with a single. He is 1 for 1. He doubled in the first and then walked, flies that one out towards left. Guckin, though, is waiting for it. And that will retire the side. So this time it's Aston Valley's turn to send 8 to the plate. They only plate 3 of them, though. So through 3.5, it's Narberth 4, Aston Valley 3. We've got a good one here at Narberth Playground. This is Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch to Brian Mager to start the fourth inning in for a called strike. Narberth on top 4-3. Mudcats with 4 in the second. Aston Valley with all 3 of theirs in the fourth. New pitcher on the mound for Aston Valley. Appears to be Kevin Roll. He's going to look for a shutdown inning. Mager takes the ball inside. It'll be Mager, Pat Toll, and then Matt DeBarberi. Bottom part of the order for the Mudcats. Owens inside, just misses hitting Mager. Mager swings, rips that one foul. Delco League veteran. Mager with a home run and a win over Concord earlier over the weekend. Or rather on Monday. He takes a bum for a ball. Former standout at LaSalle University. The big LaSalle through line through this Narberth squad year after year as that one is popped foul. Back out of play into the street. It's funny how it works out. Cars will be going by the entire time, but when a ball goes right there, there's nobody. Roll from the stretch. Mager swings, hits that one out of play. Roll set at the belt, kicks and delivers. Inside, and Mager is aboard for the second time today. First pitch to Pat Toll, misses for ball 1. He takes that one, count 1-1 to Toll. Swung on and missed. Big cut from the third baseman. So 1-2 the count. Swung on and missed. Throw back down to first. Hustling back is Mager. So Pat Toll down on strikes for the second time today. So 1 down for Matt DeBarberi. Singled, drove in 2 runs, came around to score 1 himself. Back in that 4-run second. upstairs for ball one. Tommy Toll on deck. Thanks again for joining us on a bit of a muggy evening. Overcast, just one of those standard dog days of summer kind of evenings. As DeBarberry swings and misses. It's a dog day evening in the dog days of a dog day of a summer. Kevin Roll kicks. Misses high with that one, so 2-1 the count. Right now, Delco League Baseball may be the only game in town. The Philadelphia Phillies on hold due to the COVID-19 outbreak with the Miami Marlins, rather. It seems like a Phillies coaching staff member and a clubhouse staff member tested positive today. DeBarberry swings and misses 2-2. So activities at the ballpark shut down. This weekend series postponed. Phils will be down 7 games by the next time they take the field, assuming they're able to do so on Monday. Where that will be, who knows? 2-2 pitch. DeBarberry holds up. So the count goes full. 1 out. Brian Mager at first in a 1-run ball game. But as long as we're able to do so safely, we'll keep bringing you the Delco League in person and on DelcoLeague.com. New thing we're trying this year. Hopefully you're enjoying listening as much as we're enjoying bringing you the games. A little bit of a new twist on the season as DeBarberry swings, hits that one out towards right center. Could drop in. It does as Peyton dives. Mager kind of caught in no man's land. It really had to hustle into second base. They weren't able to get him as he went sliding in a cloud of dust. So a base hit for DeBarberry. Yeah, Peyton going back and Salam coming in. It just kind of dropped between them. But Mager had to hold up just in case one of them got to that ball. So first and second with 1 out for Tommy Toll. Toll is 1 for 2, singled, caught stealing back in the first. Squares the bunt, pulls it back. Toll bunting for a base hit there as Domin playing behind the bag at third, about level with the bag. I'll be honest, I can't see third base through the roof of the Narberth dugout. And the first baseman, Cody Clausius, is now on the edge of the grass at first base. So fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, we won't get fooled again. That one's in for called strike. 1-1 now. You also have to wonder if maybe Toll was just showing them the bunt to put the thought into their head and had no intention of actually following through. But we'll see here on the 1-1. Doesn't square, swings through it. 1-2 the count. Roll set, the 1-2 pitch. That one's low. The runners will have to hold. It was smothered nicely by Duda. He's been hit by 2 pitches at the plate today. That one caught him square in the chest protector. Toll takes just high. I believe the count is full now. Pitch is called inside. Kevin Roll on the mound can't believe it. So Tommy Toll walks. Now the sacks are packed full of Mudcats. That'll bring up Kevin McGowan. RBI single back in the second as there's a mound conference between Kevin Roll, his catcher Aiden Duda, and shortstop Jared Carney. Mark Spiro, the manager for Aston Valley, but Carney kind of the field general second in command, much the way Brian Meagher is for Narberth when Steve DeBarberry's not here. Meagher has the lineup card. So now Roll steps off. It's Meagher at third, Matt DeBarberry at second, Tommy Toll at first, Kevin McGowan at the plate. One down here in the fourth. Narberth with a 4-3 lead, trying to expand on that a little bit. Pitch from Roll. Misses for ball one. The 1-0 in for a called strike, 1-1. Big spot in this ball game. Narberth can extend the lead. They'll just have to get 9 more outs to finish it off and get back to their winning ways. Get back into first place. 1-1. McGowan takes strike 2. Should the Mudcats get a tie, they'll move into a tie with Wayne for first. The league using the point system, 3 points for a win and 1 for a tie. Familiar to those of you who are soccer fans. A win would put the Mudcats back on top by themselves. That one's high, 2-2 the count. Wayne 11-1-2. They play tomorrow night out of Devon Prep against Springfield. Springfield comfortably in third place, 9 points ahead of Aston Valley and Marple Newtown, and 9 points adrift of Narberth. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit high in foul territory, but in play. Domian under it. He makes the catch. It's a big out for Kevin Roll to be able to record that without the runners advancing and a run scoring. So I'll bring up Steve DeBarberry. He pinch hit. Stayed in the game as the DH for Joey Ravert. Grounded out back to the mound. His first time up, Ravert singled in his lone plate appearance. First pitch, swung on and missed. Mudcats in their white tops with the navy blue sleeves and upper portion. Red numbers, white pants. Aston Valley, white pants, black tops with orange writing. DeBarberry takes 1-1. The Aston Valley uniforms, very reminiscent of the New York Knights from the Natural, a little mix of the San Francisco Giants, Baltimore Orioles, color scheme thrown in. That pitch is over the head of Dunn. He's not able to get to it in time as Meagher scampers home. And that will extend the Narberth lead to 5-3. Matt DeBarberry moves up to third. Tommy Toll goes to second. The count to Steve DeBarberry goes to 2-1. Now Roll steps off. DeBarberry gets aboard. Ben Newbert waits on deck. pitch. It's taken high, 3-1. A couple of more successful franchises in recent history. Narberth, the 2016 and 2018 champions. Aston Valley, the 2017 champions. And in that championship series, they beat Narberth 3-1. Chopped out towards second. Gloved by Peyton. Throw over to first in time to retire DeBarberry. And that will do it for the Mudcats here in the fourth. They get one, but they leave two on one hit. And no errors. Run comes in on a wild pitch. We're through 4 full here at Narberth Playground. It's Narberth 5, Aston Valley 3. This is Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch swinging is Hakeem Salam, or Isaiah Payton. He lines out to right field. Sorry about that. We were trying to get the information on the pitcher. We had a bunch of cars going by. The new pitcher for Narberth, fourth of the game, is Aaron Growler. Just wrapped up his freshman season at Seton Hall. Left-hander, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the fifth. Narberth on top, 5-3. As Domian takes a called strike. 0 for 2 on the evening. One and one now the count. It'll be Domian and then Hakeem Salam. Growler misses with that one, so 2-1 the count to Domian. Lefty fires. That one is ripped down the left field line. That one's going to drop and go all the way off the netting. He hit it so hard and it bounced off. It was fielded so well by Guckin out there that that's going to hold Matt Domian into a single. Not a very deep distance out there to the left field fence. That's why they've got some netting up there. It protects the cars from any long balls. Not sure if one that hits the netting in the air is a home run or not, but that one bounced and rolled up off the fence. He hit it so hard, it came back so quick, he could only get to first as Hakeem Salam swings and misses at the first pitch. A little frustrated with himself. Takes a walk around the home plate dirt. That one misses for a ball, so 1-1 the count. Aiden Duda waits on deck. Inside, 2-1. Crawler kicks. Swung on, that one's hit towards second, softly in the air. McGowan makes the catch. So 2 down now for Aiden Duda. No official at-bats as he has been hit by a pitch in both of his plate appearances. First pitch to him is in for a called strike. Sean Haught waits on deck. Checks his swing as that one's low. Talked about the Phillies and their issues this week. More Philadelphia sports coming back. The Sixers kick off their restart on Saturday. The Flyers play on Sunday. Chop towards first base just past an outstretched Mager, and then it gets away from McGowan as well. So, an infield hit for Aiden Duda. Domian goes second. So the tying run is aboard with 2 down. Sixers, we said Saturday down in Orlando. Flyers Sunday in Toronto. Also in Orlando, the Philadelphia Union into the quarterfinals of the MLS's back tournament. That game kicks off in about 40 minutes, so when we're done here, make sure you tune over to that one. Get your Philly sports fix. First pitch from Grawler's inside. We can give you Delco League action somewhere on the map just about every day, but we can't do it after dark. So you're going to have to go elsewhere for that. As Quinn trots out to talk to Grawler. A 1-0 misses. Now it's low, 3-0 now the count. And that'll be another chat from the catcher. So if Hawk gets aboard, imagine he won't be swinging at the next pitch, maybe even the next 2 pitches. If he gets aboard, that will put the tying run in scoring position. Two down here in the 5th, but Aston Valley threatening. The 3-0 is in for a called strike. Kicks and delivers. Owen's upstairs, so it's a walk to Haught. He's aboard for the second time. Runners will move up. So the bases are loaded for Cody Clausius. Singled in the third. Walked and scored a run in the fourth. Clausius bats from the left side against the left-hander Grawler. Misses high for ball one. It's Matt Domi and the runner at third. Aiden Duda at second. Sean Haught at first. Not sure. Doesn't look like there's a courtesy runner in the ball game. 1-0 swung on and missed. Clausius eager to try to, at the very least, tie this ball game back up. Swinging with a 1-0 count against a guy with a little bit of a control issue here. It's the 1-1. Breaking pitch just misses, so 2-1 the count. Should Clausius extend the inning, C.J. Deary waits on deck. Grawler's pitch is inside, 3-1 now the count. Nowhere to put Cody Clausius when the Mudcats nursing this 2-run lead here in the fifth. The 3-1. And catches the outer half. The count goes full. Three-two pitch, swung on and missed. Aaron Grawler escapes the danger. A couple of singles and a walk load the bases, but a big strikeout for the youngster from Seton Hall. Will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Knights leave them loaded. 4.5 in the books. It's Narberth 5, Aston Valley 3. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Bottom half of the fifth inning here from Narberth Playground. Mudcats leading the Knights 5-3. New pitcher on the mound for Aston Valley, number 31. Right-hander Brian Pazulski. Spent time with Upper Darby in previous seasons. First pitch to Ben Newbert, swung on and fouled off. So 0-1 the count. It'll be Newbert, Quinn, and Guckin due up here in the home half of the fifth inning. Narberth with that 2-run lead, trying to regain first place. So they fell out of it for the first time this season. Pitch misses low and away. 1-1. Misses for a ball. One of our umpires had to take his leave, so calling the game from behind the mound. Pitch is low, 3-1 the count. I've seen this in the major leagues. I remember Tim McClellan did it not too long ago. An emergency situation while another umpire suited up. Newbert can't hold up, pitched in for a strike, so 3-2 the count. Very strange not to see an umpire behind home plate, but to hear balls and strikes being counted. Also a different look for the pitcher. Pazulski winds the 3-2. Taken upstairs, so Newbert aboard for the first time tonight with a walk. So Jim Quinn steps in, reached on an error and scored in the second. First pitch in for a strike. I should say his courtesy runner scored in the second. As Quinn is the catcher. Swings, hits that one out to short. Not hit hard enough for two. Is it hit hard enough for one? It is. Nice play by Carney having to charge to get that one. So one down for Ryan Guckin. Guckin 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him is upstairs. Ben Newbert on second, one down here in the fifth. As Narberth tries to extend this 2-run lead as we head into the final couple of innings. Check swing, fouled off the netting down the first base line. With no lights at the field and daylight slowly evaporating. A little bit of a strategic consideration as well. If you're Aston Valley, you really want to get these outs as quickly as you can to maximize your chance of getting as many offensive outs as possible. Guckin on the ground to second. Picked up by Peyton over to first in time, and Newbert goes to third. So Brian Mager steps in, reached on an error. Eventually came around the score. A sacrifice bunt attempt back in the second, and then he drew a walk in the fourth. So he's 0 for 0 on the day. That was one of 2 errors in that second inning for Aston Valley. First pitch to him on the inner half. Swung on and hit out towards shallow right field. Isaiah Payton, the second baseman, will back up on it. He'll squeeze, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 6th. 5-3 Narberth. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the 6th inning, Jordan Morales on the mound, quickly ahead of C.J. Deary, 0-2. Narberth ahead of Aston Valley, 5-3. Here in the 6th, Morales winds, swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 1 down here in the 6th. Fifth pitcher of the game used by Steve DeBarberi, and that he told us last week during the game that was kind of the approach he was going to take. Top of the order, Dylan Everly up. He's 1 for 3, takes the first pitch in the dirt. Joe Nestle threw 2 to start the game, then Chris Hoyt threw 1, Toby McCart threw 1, Aaron Grawler threw 1, now Jordan Morales as he misses blown away. In for a strike, 2-1. Morales, the lefty out of LaSalle. The freshman had 2 saves as the Explorers closer in this abbreviated season. Does a good job fielding that ground ball right back to him off the bat of Everly. So he's got 2 quick outs here. The mound here at Narberth, you can see there's a little bit of one of those dirt paths between the mound and home plate, but it's in some parts been filled in with grass. But get close to the mound, it's a couple of patches, and that ball hit one of them. And Morales did a good job to keep it in front of him and make the play. His first pitch to Jared Carney in the dirt. Isaiah Payton waits on deck. Starting to darken a little, starting to get late for Aston Valley as Carney takes strike 1, 1-1 the count. In the bottom half of the 6th, it'll be the bottom of the order. Megger, Toll, and DeBarberi due up for Narberth. Carney chops to third, fielded by Pat Toll. Throw on the run is in time to get Carney. A 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Morales. Not over the side, no runs, hits, errors. None left on base. Bottom half of the 6th coming your way. It's Narberth 5, Aston Valley 3. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Pat Toll leads off the inning. Pops one up in foul territory. Very close to being out of play, but catch is made by the first baseman, Clausius, for out number 1. So Matt DeBarberi steps in, 2 for 2, couple of singles. Run scored, 2 RBIs. Narberth on top, 5-3. That one's inside. Gets that one over for a called strike. One is fouled off. So Brian Pazolski ahead in the count 1-2. Swung on, chopped towards third. Going to be a tough play for Domian. Fields it. Gets it there in time. We have seen some really good glove work in this one for both teams. Dylan Everly, a nice diving catch out and left. A pretty slick double play going around the horn by the Mudcats. So 2 out for Tommy Toll. Takes that for a called strike. Toll 1 for 2, singled in the first, walked in the fourth. Takes low. 1-1. Kevin McGowan on deck. Swung on, foul back. Pitch swung on. Hit over to second. Peyton gloves it. Over to first to get told by a step. That'll retire the side. That's what the Knights needed. A 1-2-3 inning here in the sixth. No run sits there. There's none left. Top of the seventh. Coming your way. Narberth trying to finish this one off. They lead at 5-3. It's Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the seventh inning. Rejoined by John Sager. It'll be 3-4-5. Peyton, Domian, and Salam. The last opportunity for Aston Valley is the Knights trail 5-3. John spent a few innings taking photos. His first pitch for Morales swung on and missed. He's out there for his second inning of work looking to record the save. John, where does Narberth Playground rank in the Delco League facility pantheon? The pitch misses wide. In regards to photo angles, where does it stack up?
Well, I've yet to check out all the fields in the league so far, but there are some challenges here.
Swung on and missed.
As there's a fence around most of the field to where I only really have a few feet to work with behind the home dugout where there's a little step there.
1-2 called third strike. That is the first called third strike we've seen tonight. So 1 away in the seventh. I'll bring up Domian. He's 1 for 3. First pitch misses for a ball.
It's like we've seen a little bit of everything in this game. Some flash defense.
That one gets away.
Some good pitching as well.
Domian swings and misses, spinning around at that one. Morales kicks. Misses with that one, so 3-1 the count. Pitch swung on and fouled off.
To your point earlier, it is an adjustment listening to the umpire call balls and strikes from behind the mound. They keep looking behind home plate after every pitch out of habit.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Count remains full to Matt Domian. It's inside, so Domian draws the walk. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. One out and a man on first for Hakeem Salam. Salam 0 for 3 on the evening. First pitch is over his head. It's caught by Jim Quinn. Pitches being thrown above and behind batters. Kind of a point of contention the last few days in the baseball world. 1-0 from Morales. Swung on and fouled off.
That was a good save by the catcher, though, as you mentioned earlier in the game, with the gap between the home plate and the backstop. That allowed the runner to stay at first and not inch a little closer and stays within double play.
The 1-1. Check swing fouled off, so 1-2 the count. Yeah, if that ball had gotten past Quinn, Domian surely ends up in scoring position.
At that point, you wouldn't even really worry about the runner at second as much. You're more worried about, you always want to be more focused on whoever's at the plate anyways, but in this case, you would be exclusively worrying about the batter.
Morales steps off and Salam steps out. 1-2 the count. Pitch swung on, fouled off. Salam doing a good job staying alive here. Waiting on deck, Aiden Duda, the Aston Valley catcher. Morales set at the belt. 1-2. Tries to hold off. Did he go? The umpire says he did not go. So 2-2 now the count. Can't help but think that that decision may have been different had the umpire been standing behind home plate. The 2-2 for Morales. Instead, he'll throw over to first. Keep Domian close to the bag.
To give the umpire credit, though, it is hard for one person to keep track of everything going on the field. He's paying attention to balls and strikes first and foremost, but then he has to worry about checking the runner, seeing if the hitter were to check.
2-2. Grounded just past Toll. It's short into left field. Off the bat, could have been 2. Instead, it's a single. As it managed to see its way through that Narberth defense, and the tying run is aboard. But yeah, that is fair. I see in a number of college games with the shift of the umpires, when they have 3 umpires doing a game, with the way they shift, sometimes you're appealing down to second base to see if a batter went. Absolutely no way a second base umpire can see that. So that brings up Aiden Duda. He's got the tying run on with 1 out here in the 7th. Morales misses. Tell from his body language, he's a little frustrated.
be interesting to talk to an umpire who's in that position, what they have to look for in sort of the body language of the hitter to just determine, if he committed or not on the swing.
And that one misses low and away. Honestly, I feel like it's a matter of taste. Now Jim Quinn calls time to dust off home plate. I don't know if that's a little passive-aggressive response to that pitch or if he was requested to do so, but looking at it now, the home plate was covered in dirt, and with no home plate umpire, there was no one there to clean it. So 2-0 the count. Normal situation that would get you immediately tossed out of the ball game. The 2-0 swung on. It sounded like he broke the bat. Squibs that one foul. No, it's in play and out at third. And to get the out at first. And that's going to end the ball game.
That is one of the more unusual endings of a game. Yes.
It sounded like he broke the bat and he didn't run out of the box. I guess he thought it would be foul. Instead, Pat Toll picks it up. Unfortunately, the play happened in the one area of the field we can't see with the Narberth dugout roof in our way. But it's a 5-3 double play to end the ball game. Narberth will come away the 5-3 winners here from Narberth Playground for the Mudcats. 5 runs on 6 hits. They leave 5 on base. For Aston Valley, it's 3 runs on 6 hits. And they committed 2 errors. And they left 8. The winning pitcher is Chris Hoyt. The scoreless 3rd inning. The loss goes to Danny Sullivan. Time of the game, 1 hour and 56 minutes. It's 8 o'clock here in Narberth, and we are done with this one. It's the Mudcats 5, the Knights 3. John, thanks for joining me tonight. Look forward to seeing your pictures real soon.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. There was, like I said earlier, there was a very eventful game, especially that play at the end. I'd love to, if we had the capabilities to see a replay, just to see quite what happened. I couldn't tell if the ball was a little bit of a dribbler and it hit off the bag or exactly what happened here. But a very exciting game. My pleasure to join you here, and we have broken the streak of spotlight games that end in a tie after regulation.
This one
we finally have a win.
After 7 with a win. So on behalf of John, I'm Joe Greenwich. Thanks for joining us tonight. Not sure when our next broadcast will be. We'll have to take a look at the schedules. We start to wrap up the regular season and get into the playoffs in the coming days. Narberth 5, Aston Valley 3. Thanks for joining us tonight. This has been Thursday Night Baseball on DelcoLeague.com.